It's time to stop with the lies. If you've seen some of the Renegade videos out there, you have unfortunately been misled. But we can fix that problem. Stick around because I will prove to you that you only need one attachment to dominate with the Renegade. I'll put it out there, there's no best build for this amazing rifle. With a single attachment, you can reduce the recoil recovery duration and dispersion recovery time enough to render any possibly expensive muzzle modification virtually useless. We are of course talking about the Stable Stock 3. I spent many hours on testing everything so you don't have to, and later in the video we'll be going over the various ways to use this rifle, but first let's review the basics and test the gun. This lever action rifle shoots fast, hits hard, and has outstanding accuracy. You can buy one from John Wen the trader, find it from a raid, or craft one yourself if you have the gunsmith bench level 3 and no blueprint is needed. Upgrading it makes you more accurate and enables you to fire a lot faster. Let me show you the stats. Each one of your shots does 35 damage, and if you land a headshot the damage is multiplied by 2.25, so almost 79. Renegade can handle arcs pretty well. So how well does it do against different shields? It's pretty consistent. Against players with light shield, it would take 4 shots to the body or 3 to the head. For medium shield, it's also 4 shots to the body and 3 to the head. But here comes the best part. If they have a heavy shield, then it's 5 to the body, but still only 3 to the head. Well, no wonder it hurts so bad when you get shot by accurate Renegade players. If you want to see more quality Arc Raiders videos in the future, then subscribe to the channel and like the video. This is the best way to let me know how I'm doing, and together we'll learn the best ways to play this game. We have a very chill and supportive community here in Discord. You're very welcome to join if you're looking for somebody to play with or learn more about the game. You can share your stories and pictures about the game, exchange items with each other safely, and take part of our community's weekly giveaways. You can find the Discord link in the video description. But now let's hop back to what you need to understand about Renegade. So how does this weapon actually work? First, let's check out the fire rate. Upgrading this weapon increases the fire rate substantially. When fully upgraded to Renegade 4, your DPS will increase by 75%. That's insane. Now let's compare the base dispersion recovery time of all Renegade tiers just to show you why this weapon is so incredibly accurate. The base dispersion recovers so fast on Renegade 3 and Renegade 4, which makes them both viable options. This tells us that we need very little to make this weapon very good. And with stable stocks, the recovery duration is noticeably better, and that will complement our high fire rate more than any other option. Renegade 3, especially with a blue stable stock, fully recovers the baseline between shots at max fire rate. Renegade 4 fires faster so it won't fully reset, however, your DPS is higher and you are still as accurate as you can be. When we compare Renegade 4 without a stock and with stable stocks, we can clearly see why you need only one thing for this weapon. Note that there is no manual recoil correction here and the shots are made as fast as possible. And now, same firing conditions as before, but this time with these muzzle attachments. The results tell us that there is practically no benefit to use these. For demonstration, I'll show these stocks as well, but they are extremely underwhelming and don't quite complement the weapon as stable stock does. Okay, but what about the extended barrel though? We should give it another chance. Maybe it is helpful at a longer distance. Let's test this out at 250 meters. First, we'll do 4 shots with it and then 4 shots without it. These shots are made with no manual recoil correction. The aim point has naturally fallen back to the original starting point before each shot. Unfortunately, the base dispersion is too big even at this range, so it's not viable. This kind of leaves one thing on the table, and that is a silencer. Here I want you to pay attention to one small thing, and that is the muzzle flash. It's incredibly easy to spot if you pay attention to it. But now look at the silencers. No muzzle flash, and it's a lot more quieter. Those shots were made from 200 meters as an example. Now this is 100 meters. Silencer lets you do more stealthier plays, enough so that the arc will practically not react to your nearby shots at all, and the players will need a moment to figure out where they got shot from. It's a totally viable option. Any silencer is good, the better you can get your hands on, the less noise you'll make. So how do you play Renegade? One of the most common mistakes raiders do when playing the Renegade is the lack of patience and trigger control in medium to long range fights. As you can see, I still struggle with it myself, especially in high stakes situations. Always try your best to keep calm and take that extra half a second to predict the enemy movement and adjust your crosshair accordingly. You see, Renegade is extremely accurate, but with increasing distance, the small dispersion ring scales drastically, as evidenced in our extended barrel testing. So you might still miss even if you aim and predict perfectly. For the best results with Renegade, always try to keep your distance. In these clips, you see me rush my shots a little bit and miss an opportunity, which allows their entire team to push me and my teammate. Although Renegade has a decent fire rate and high headshot damage, which is 79 if you land it, it's not the best weapon to use for close range fights. If you're facing multiple enemies, then you have to use the environment or zip lines or snap hooks to your advantage to put some distance between you. If that's not possible, stay calm. Keep raiders from pushing with suppressing fire and try to separate them as much as you can. A single headshot from a barrage of suppressing fire will cause a lot of damage to them and significant panic, which provides you with ample opportunities to wipe out the enemy team. But be mindful when emptying your magazine because reloading takes quite a bit of time, so it's always a good idea to carry a secondary close range weapon to finish off the panicky low HP raiders. Here the situation has escalated too far for ideal Renegade use, so the only option I had was to just push and do that with Kettle, because it's more optimal for those kinds of plays. When you see panic, push and do not let the enemies recover. We have all lost games because we were too passive. If you're not sure if you should commit, then trust me on this one, take a chance. The minimum you can get from this is experience, and that alone goes a long way. Nothing is black and white in arc raiders. Context matters. Although Renegade is at its best when played from medium to long range, it's no slouch in close quarters combat either. You will face situations where your best option is to push, and Renegade's fire rate makes it possible to delete everyone in the hands of a skilled raider. If you plan to only play close quarters, the Kinetic converter attachment does increase its fire rate by 15%, but for me, the trade-off from Stable Stock 3 benefits is just too much. Let's do a quick recap to make sure we didn't miss anything. Overall, I would say there is no best build, but just Stable Stock 3 attachment to adjust your playstyle around. For magazine, Extended Mag 2 is perfectly fine for all scenarios, and the most benefit out of all muzzle modifications we're going to get from Silencer. If I have one, I use it. If not, I keep the slot empty. When playing Renegade, take your time before each shot. Remember that you are always stronger from a distance, and to be fully prepared, then it wouldn't hurt to have a secondary close range weapon that you feel most comfortable with. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.